So there's a question that, I've stepped back looking at myself and, where I'm at day to day in life and in business and with the many people that I get the privilege of coaching. And the question is this: are you racing to the wrong finish line? Are you racing to the wrong finish line? Hey everyone, it is John Cheplak coming to you. I am in my studio here in Washington State. I'm up on Whidbey Island. Just came back from my wonderful second country, Canada. Spoke up for the Kelowna Homes team in the Okanagan, or in Kelowna. Kelowna and the Okanagan are both the same, I guess, right? I don't know. Anyways, and we're here in my studio and working on some projects. And, the one piece that I see that's happening, and tell me if this sounds familiar to you. We all want more, we desire more. One of the things that I talk about all the time is that, you need to be a lifelong learner. If you want more, in your business, if you want to experience more in life, and you're in a business where you're paid based on what you bring to the market, you've got to constantly be growing. Your value is in direct relationship to the value you bring to the market. You'll hear so many people that they'll get jealous, they'll get entitled and count other people's money, which is the number one rule my mother taught me, is never count someone else's money. Because the piece that you don't know is, what a lot of us don't see is, we see the result, we see what someone's doing in a marketplace, but you don't see what people are doing when you're not looking. You don't see what people are doing when you're not looking. And so that's always important. You need to be a lifelong learner. You need to be abundant with everything that you own and have that's been given to you. Because last time I checked, none of you invented electricity. Okay? Last time I checked, none of you invented light. Someone generously, passed along to you something that was shared with them. It's so funny to hear people talk about, we've got secrets, we don't want people to know things. And I'm like, listen, right there, when someone comes to me and they're stuck and they're at a ceiling in their business, and I'll ask those questions, and I'm always checking for that abundance space. Well, we do this one thing secret. And I'm like, okay, here we go. This one secret thing. That's an energy of lack. And what you're doing is you are closing the door on opportunity. You are closing the door on opportunity. See, if you're walled off and you're not willing to share everything that you do, with people, you've just closed the door on anyone sharing something that could enhance your business. And really, it's not that smart. It's just not that smart. Because, if you invented something so profound, if you had this cutting edge thing that was going on, you'd be on a beach somewhere. Okay? And you'd be retired, and you wouldn't be working. You wouldn't be worrying about what you need to do. So the one thing that I want you to do is this, is I just want to make a suggestion to you. And let me give you an example. It's real easy for people to get on here. I tease people, you call it Instagram. I say, no, it's Insta-fame. You can jump on social media and you can say whatever the hell you want and sound famous or act famous or, read a book and talk about doing it. Well, here's the piece that, anyone that knows me is this. I walk the talk, okay? And let me give you an example of it, okay? I have 4 people right now, 4 people that are in the same environments that I'm in, that I coach to be coaches. Yeah, I coach to be coaches. And I tell them, use my messaging in the way that you want to. Use my messaging in the way that you want to and the way that you need to. That's what you invested in, okay? See, that's the piece, is walk the talk. And why would you do that, John? Well, because here's the thing. It's this space of abundance. People have generously, certainly, I've made a commitment, okay? I've made a commitment to go out and learn constantly. Why do I want to learn? Because you know something? I want to be a vessel that knowledge and value flows through to create an experience for other people. A better experience for other people. Because I think that's really, when you look at it all, winning isn't about at the end of the day. It's so funny watching everyone's, shooting for that same target, and people have these emotional ups and downs, whether they won or lost. And you know what? It's not about anyone outside of you. So, from an abundance standpoint, yeah, I've got 4 people right now that are coaches that market their stuff to some of the same people that I market to. Some coaches that have coached people that were done coaching with me and they picked up with them. And I hope they get a better result. See, that's the path you got to walk. That's the path you got to walk, man. That's the difference between people. You look at teams that are at 100, 200 transactions, and they're stuck, and they sit there, and they grind. I know, because I get to talk to these people. And you look at the ones at 500, 600, 700, 800 transactions. You know what they do? They go and have lunch with the other team leader, or they send a team leader to go have lunch with an admin from another team, or they open up their onboarding manual and share it with another team that's in the same market, or they have their admin meet with another admin from another team that's in the same company. And there's this interesting common denominator. These people that I'm alluding to, they're doing 500 transactions, 600 plus per team, 600 plus. They can call each other up and they'll just hear, what can I show you? What can I show you? So, one of the things that, and I don't know what stimulated that. I see so much of it, and it's really not where I wanted to go with my messaging, but I just really want to encourage you. And I think it does come back to the message, because here's the thing. You need to be a lifelong learner, period. If you want more, you've got to bring more to the market. End of discussion. End of discussion. Okay? And part of bringing more to the market is not only your knowledge, but the people that you choose to be around. The people that you choose to be around. You need to be around people that are a lot smarter than you, people that scare the shit out of you. You need to be able to walk into rooms, okay, where you go in there and go, how the hell did I end up in this room? I remember a mastermind that I went into a year and a half ago, and we had to pay $40,000 cash, wire it up front for the year, okay? Up front for the year. And you had to be interviewed 5 times. It was a hurdle-a-thon to get interviewed to get in, okay? And I was shaking in my shoes when I walked in the room a year and a half ago. And you get introduced. There's 40 entrepreneurs from around the world. And you open up the room. Hi, I'm John, and I think I sold the shit out of you because somehow I'm sitting in this room and I don't belong here. That's when you're winning. That's when you're winning. And in that room was a group of entrepreneurs. And I'm talking about, let's see here, 7, 8, 9-digit income, revenue, not sales volume, not 100 million in sales volume, not 10 million in sales volume. I'm talking about 10 million in income, okay? You had to apply to get in there, all right? And every one of them was taking each other inside their business, okay? And so that's the piece that I do bring it back to. See, we're chasing the wrong finish line. You're racing to the wrong finish line. That finish line of I need more technology and I need to beat everyone and I need to win and looking over your shoulder watching what everyone else is doing. No, you're wrong. Here's the number one thing you need to do. You know the finish line that you need to chase and you need to race to is the finish line within you. Because here's the thing. Here's what you're doing. You are, if you're a leader, you're most likely training people past the action. If you're a leader, and by the way, your people aren't lazy, okay? You hired them, and you're leading them. So true leadership takes responsibility for the result that's happening, period. My people are lazy. Well, you hired them, okay? And you're leading them. My people aren't productive. Well, you're leading them, okay? You've got to take responsibility for that. What are you doing? Are you training them past the action? See, a lot of what happens is in life and business, the outcome, the experience you're going to have in your life, the outcome, the experience you're going to have in your business is based on the questions you're willing to ask yourself and the questions that you're willing to ask the people that you lead. See, what I see a lot of the time with people that are leading other folks is, well, we're going to get them to do this, and now we're going to try this. We're going to try. Well, listen, no, let's go back. Let's back up and ask them why they're not doing that. And here's my question to you. We know, and it's hilarious, we know video is the most impactful for building trust. We know, and it's hilarious, we And I don't know how to do video because I got a Facebook Live going on this, listening to myself. But watch it, stay with me. We know that video is the most impactful tool on the planet. It builds trust, it builds authority, it can go viral, okay? It will reduce your marketing dollars, okay? All those things. But we just kind of skip over that one because you know what? I've got a receding hairline, so I'm not going to look cool anymore. And I just got a buzz cut, so I don't look that cool anymore. I'm getting wrinkles, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let my dreams, I'm going to let my promises that I made, I'm just going to push those aside because I need to be accepted by people that could give two shits about you. They could give two shits about you. They're worried about themselves. They're worried what you think about them. I mean, are you really going to continue to do that? See, stop racing to the wrong finish line. And the wrong finish line is, well, I'm going to get this next tool, or I'm going to get that next tool. No, you know what you need to do? You need to take the mirror that's sitting at waist level and you need to put that thing up and look at it and say, this is the finish line, me. I'm the finish line. It's my choices. It's nothing outside of me. And that's the magic, because it's the other piece too. When I look at the uber productives, and we're talking, again, these folks, I was talking to Tim, my chief operating officer, he's go, we're talking 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 transactions on these teams, man. Whoa. I mean, they're smoking most real estate offices. Okay. You know what they are? Let me help you. Here's the secret. Here's their secret. They are freaking humble. They listen. They ask questions. They share. And they're never done learning. Joe Viascusa, who's a client of mine, his office has been recognized historically top 1, 2, or 3 in the world for Century 21. Okay. And 1 year was number 1 in the world. This guy, I don't know a person, same office for 30 years. He owns it in LA, 200 plus agents. That guy doesn't miss a training. He goes to more training than his agents do. And his agents are highly committed, trained individuals. Okay. He knows that he must be a lifelong learner. But here's the piece that he does do. He's not chasing the wrong finish line. He's not going out beyond what he hasn't done. That's the message I want you to capture. A new book. It's like, the entertaining thing for me to watch is look at this book, and I love doing this. Really, tell me the 3 key points that you got out of the book. Everyone gets through books. Rarely do I find people that got something out of the book. And let me give you a tip. Instead of ranting, I want to give you a tip. What you need to do is you need to have a shit ton of spiral notebooks all over the place. You need to write. When you're reading a book, stop. It's not a race so that you can get through the book and tell everyone you read one and then post another one. The book is there to give you value. The book is there to help you grow. The book is there for you to then, take that knowledge that you have and transfer it to other human beings. Or keep it? What if everyone that you've learned from decided that what they had was a secret? I'm going to say it again. What if everyone that you've learned from decided that what they have and they gave to you was a secret? Where would you be right now? Where would you be right now? Okay, you've got to keep that flow going. And there's just kind of this magic and it's flow. I mean, that's the truth to it. It's flow. It becomes effortless. There's so much effort in resistance. And that's what it is. There's so much effort in chasing the next thing so that you can say, well, I've got this tool, I've got that tool. You know what I want to say to most people? And this might piss people off. No, you're a tool. You're a freaking tool because you don't use it. See, there's the other part too, is just be yourself. I mean, the only tool is the person that has everything and does nothing with it. All right? Like I said in the beginning, okay? I believe a person can take this little device right here, if they'll do video, take some good pictures, leverage themselves right on social media, you can have $1 million business. I'm talking about making $1 million. You just can. You just can. And you just got to show up as yourself. So with that said, here's what I want to encourage you to do. See, there's 2 phases in business. There's self-leadership, okay? And I'm constantly mastering that, okay? I haven't mastered anything. I'm constantly mastering self-leadership. There's self-leadership where we're able to have our discipline, our commitment to show up at the gym today. And, listen, I'm not perfect, but as a whole, do I look at a body of work? And that's what I want you to do. Stop judging yourself. Look at the body of the work. The body of the work today is I worked out for an hour, did 40 minutes of cardio, ate 3 chicken breasts and 1 avocado. Okay? It's a great day today. I'm giving myself a shot today to win. Sometimes, it's 10 bits and I go off base. But I can tell you this, what I'm doing is I'm giving myself the best shot to win. That's self-leadership. How can you lead other people when you are not constantly taking that mirror from waist level, looking up and saying, okay, here's what I expected people to do. I mean, that's the number one personal inventory to take. And listen, I'm in a challenging spot. I'll get on the phone with 40 top teams, broker owner managers this week. My first one is a friend that's on here right now at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. She's my first call, okay? And guess what? The first thing I say is, okay, I'm going to share with people action steps to take. And I'm going to share with people ways that I feel the best way to live and operate and interact with your people. Because it's the same, okay? It's the same. Am I walking that path? Now, am I perfect? No. See, that's the question I want you to ask yourself. You want this. Are you doing everything to get it? You want people to respond in a certain way. Are you doing everything in your power to facilitate the condition for them to choose it? Because here's the other part in leadership. No one does what you tell them to do. No one will ever do what you tell them to do. Okay? The highest form of human persuasion to get people to make a choice, make a change, move into action is self-discovery. And that's an art and a science. It's self-discovery. Well, the first part of it is you can't leapfrog over self-leadership and then think you can move into a leadership role. I mean, you may get away with it for a little while, but listen, it's going to implode. Or you're going to get crappy results, okay? Or you're going to get capped. Okay, capacity is when we grow from the inside out, not from the outside in. Because if you look at what's holding you back right now, it's not the shit from the outside. You think it's because what someone will say to you? That's a lie. That's a lie. And the lie is the one you've created. Because you know what? Every time I think about the future, what might happen if I do a video, what someone might say, that's a lie. You're creating a story of something that hasn't even happened yet. And that's not outside of you. That's inside you. But I need more training, but I need this. That's bullshit. Yes, you do need more training. It's the same training that I have. It's the 3 books that are sitting at my house right now that I'm going in the morning, at night, in the morning when I wake up, and at night, and I look at them, and they're all on, the talent code. Looking, another one's on potential. The third one is on human circumstances. A lady that got cancer 4 years ago, and she made a choice, because we all have circumstances. See, what we can't control, here's what we can't control. A lot of the things that are going to happen around us. We just can't, okay? What we can control is our focus. What we can control is our focus. So I'm in a circumstance. Where is my focus? My daughter is the ideal example. And I'll just say this. I won't take credit. I mean, yeah, sure, there's my DNA. Her mother's an amazing person. But, I think someone from above, put her in that spot. I mean, that's just how it is with her. I do my best to lead. But there's an example. Her circumstance. A machine goes off in her chest 37 times a day to remind her that she's 1 tick away from not ticking. She's 1 tick away. I was just at the emergency room with her 2 weeks ago. Her heart rate went up to 240, 260, something like that. She has that reminder every day. We spoke today at 4:35 a.m. when she was driving home from work. Let's see, she just got back from Houston to a Luke Bryan concert. I asked her to check my mail because I'm on the road. Well, Dad, I'm going to Mexico. She gets it, man. And she makes fun of her friends. It's the best thing on the planet. I gotta work. Well, you guys suck, man. I'm going to work and I'm leaving town. I'm working so I can live. I'm working so I can live. And I can look at my circumstances, which they can be really, really shitty. I get to work with a lot of people that go through a lot of tough situations, and they're dicey calls for me. It's dicey and it's tough, but the highest form of love we can show people is the truth. And our society is so interesting. You know, it is. I want the truth. You give people the truth and you're a dick. Right? I mean, it's like, whoa, dude, I want the truth. Just give it to me straight. Well, okay, here's the deal. You know, you're not doing what you say you're going to do. And you're just, you're getting ready to get ready. Okay? You know? And it's like, well, you're a dick. I don't like you. Okay, go find someone else that will lie to you. You know? I mean, those aren't the people that are making your life better. They just really, really aren't. So, you know, what I want to suggest, though, coming back to this is this with you is that, stop chasing the wrong finish line. Stop racing to the wrong finish line. Stop trying to shoot the arrow at the same bullseye as everyone else. Stop worrying about whether you won or not, okay? Start worrying about what finish line, what are your incompletions with you. Your incompletions are you give two shits about what people think. And I'm going to tell you something. On your deathbed, you're going to be pissed off. You're going to be pissed off that you were worried that someone might troll you. I get trolled all the time. And you know what a troll tells me? A troll tells me, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. Listen, I have people in my life that, are my third-party observers. I need that. I invest in coaching, okay? But here's what I'd say. Someone that needs to troll me on a Facebook post, talk shit, jump in a positive thread, okay, with negativity, listen, I mean, they need a therapist. They just do. They got issues. I mean, that's a reflection of them. I mean, how come someone with a good outlook on life, a positive person, it's a productive person, would take their time and recognize something positive and talk shit in a post? I mean, that's a disturbed person. And it's okay. I've been disturbed in my life too. But am I going to let that stop me? Think about that. And the ultimate question is this. How many of you have kids? And listen, they're always kids. My little girl, she said to me today, Dad, I told her I'm speaking May 18th, so this is a plug for my friends Kevin Kaufman, a plug for myself. It's a privilege to speak there. Kevin Kaufman, Fred Weaver, and Cody Gibson. I'm speaking at their Next Level Live event in Las Vegas, May 18th. And I said, Lexi, I'm speaking May 18th. You should come. Why? She says, I'm going to be 26. Oh my God, I'm getting old, and she's afraid of nothing. Nothing. And I'll tell you what, she could walk around afraid every day. I think she's got a pretty good excuse. Afraid, when's that thing going to go off? Am I going to have a heart attack again? Am I going to this? I'm going to that. Okay? She could give two shits. And that's what you need to do. Oh yeah, for sure, Kev. I got to make that happen. Are you going to go home? Let's talk about this. Tomorrow there's some activities that you need to do that suck. They do. Do you think it's fun for me? I had a mastermind. Do you think I couldn't wait to get in front of one-on-one coaching clients, peers, people, high performers, and make a freaking cold recruiting call? Do you think that was fun? You think I couldn't wait for that? And then the best part, ready? Here's the best part. I'm supposed to be the guru, which I don't believe in the guru thing, but stay with me for context. I'm supposed to be the guru. We're on speakerphone. And many of you, okay, may have seen the video. And the first thing the guy says is, don't ever call me again. Boom. Okay, listen, there are some things that you need to do tomorrow that you've been getting ready to do. And you want to get it perfect. And you want to get it right. Well, and you've got all kinds of other excuses. And here's what I want to tell you. Many of you you're going to give your children a hug and a kiss. You're going to dress them tomorrow. You're going to look at them and you're going to want them to have an impact in the world. You're going to want to have them to stand up for themselves. You want them to be a leader. I mean, you want them to be who certainly they want to be, but we all, there's these things that we want to pass on to our children. Even at 25 with my daughter and 22. Now, those are two different conversations, and they're entertaining, And you want to do some things with them. There's some promises for your significant other. There's some things you want to do with your mom, okay? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down all the things that you need to do that you have not been willing to do because they scare the shit out of you, but you know they would change the game, change your business, change your life. And I want you to go home tomorrow night if you don't do them. I want you to sit down with your wife. I want you to sit down. I want you to call your mom. I want you to sit down with your kids and say, you know what? I was a coward. I was a fucking coward. And I tell you to do things that you need to do. I tell you to stand up, okay? I tell you to be brave. I tell you to be a leader. I tell you that we're going to go on this vacation. I tell you that I'm going to create this for our life. But I didn't do jack shit that I know I need to do that would make that happen. Have that conversation. Or drive home, sit in the garage for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, take a personal inventory. You know, I'm going to give you guys a little suggestion, and everyone responds a little bit differently. Okay. You know, some people are all in the positive affirmation. Some people need to go reverse way. So here's what I want you guys to try tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, first thing. And I know people have got their rituals and listen, unless your life is perfect, you can abandon your fucking ritual for a day and you can try something different. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write a regret list. I want you to wake up tomorrow morning, put a notepad by, and I want you to go to bed thinking about it. Put the notepad by your bed, okay, with a pen. And I want you to do this. I want you to write down all the things, okay, before your day starts. That alarm clock goes off, I'm writing my regret list. I want you to write down all the things, okay, that if when you come home, you did not complete them, you're going to regret it. I want you to try that one tomorrow. Try the regret list, okay? Let me know how that one works out for you. And here's what I know too. It doesn't work for all people, but I've seen it shift people. What I want you to do too is I want you to understand this. Everyone's got their circumstances, man. Everyone does. Everyone's got their drama. Everyone's got their shit. But so that we just can't control. Here's what you can control. You can control what you focus on. You can control what you focus on. I have to get up at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Oh, that's easy for you. You never sleep. Bullshit. You think I want to be up at 3 a.m.? I mean, I could focus on that in a negative way. Oh my God, I gotta be. No, you know what I get? Let's see. At 5:30 a.m., I get to go on a coaching call with a strong woman leader that expects a shit ton out of me, and I want to be ready and show up at my best. See, my circumstance is I got to be up at 3 a.m. My focus is on the opportunity. And those are the conversations that you got to have with yourself. Okay? Those are the conversations you got to have with yourself constantly. Okay? You need to have thoughts about your thoughts. And you need to change your language. You need to race to the right finish line. And the right finish line is the action line. Asking yourself this: why don't I do what I want to do, need to do, should do, know how to do, and I know will change the game, change my business, and change my life. And here's what I'll close with. I got as much work to do as everyone else, and that's why I share it. I've got as much work or more to do than everyone else, and that's why I am ruthless about it. I'm ruthless about my boundaries. I am ruthless about who is in my life and who is not in my life, because there's this final piece that some of you may have as your morning ritual. It may be your morning routine, and it's a gratitude list. And you know what I'd say? Most gratitude lists are a joke, and I'll tell you why. So what do you do with it? See, gratitude is not an emotion. Gratitude is an action word. Gratitude is an action word. So let me give you another exercise that I think can be really, really helpful to you. And it's this. So I'm grateful for my health. Well, so here's what I would say. And when people talk to me, I'm grateful for my health. How would I know? How many times were you at the gym today? You know, I mean, are you going to eat donuts every single day? Okay. Listen, I'm going to eat my donuts when I want to. You bet I am. I'm going to pick my spots. But see, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down everything. I want you to do your gratitude list. Hopefully there's some people here that do that every day, okay? Or periodically. But tomorrow I want to challenge you, write a regret list too. Anything you regret at the end of the day if you didn't do it, okay? And then I want you to write down a gratitude list. And then I want you to write down the action you're going to take that demonstrates your gratitude. See, everyone's chit-chat, because they can go to a new plan. Well, that nutrition plan didn't work. Well, that workout plan didn't work. Well, I had a shitty coach. No. Okay? No, it's your action. It's your responsibility. Okay? It's owning where you're at. See, if you pick and choose what you're responsible for, you're going to be a bumper car in life. If you pick and choose what you're responsible for, you're going to be a bumper car in life. I don't want to be a bumper car. I don't want to be a bumper car. No way. I want to create my own path. So write down that regret list. Write down a gratitude list. And next to everything you're grateful for, write down every action step. I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for my dad. I'm grateful for this. Great. What are you going to do? You're going to call them today? Okay. Put some action behind the gratitude. Stop racing to the wrong finish line. Because the only finish line that you need to get to is the one of taking action with what you already have. If you took action with 10% of what you already know, game over. Because action's the problem and lack thereof. That's it for me. I need to get back to work and rock out this great week so I can get back on a mountain on Thursday or Friday. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.